The post appeared without warning, no glossy promo, no press release, just a simple black and white throwback photo of a woman whose beauty was hauntingly familiar. Yolanda Hadid, former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star and matriarch of one of the most famous modeling dynasties, quietly captioned the image, "We got it all from my mama. Losing her has been the greatest loss in my life. 6 years have passed, but it does not get easier." An empty spot that can't be filled by anyone. Fans flooded the comments with sympathy, but insiders knew this wasn't just another sentimental post. Yolanda had written tributes before, but this one carried a darker, sharper edge. Behind her words lay years of grief, whispers of unresolved family drama, and private conversations that had never made it to Instagram. Some claimed Yolanda's late-night posting wasn't simply grief. It was a coded message about wounds that time had never healed. According to one alleged family friend, Yolanda had been unusually restless in the days leading up to the anniversary of her mother's passing. She kept saying, "Nobody understands. Nobody knows what I lost when I lost her," the source whispered. Another claimed that the simple Instagram post was preceded by hours of tears and a whispered prayer in Dutch, a ritual Yolanda supposedly performs each year on that date. The image, raw and nostalgic, was a trigger not only for Yolanda, but for her family as well. Gigi Hadid, the daughter who inherited Ans van den Herijk's piercing eyes, reportedly called her mother immediately after the post went live. "I see Oma in you every day," Gigi allegedly told her, trying to comfort the woman who seemed untouchable to the outside world, but still carried the fragile heart of a grieving daughter. And yet behind the public mourning, questions lingered. Was Yolanda's grief complicated by unresolved regrets? Were there secrets about Anne's final days, conversations, promises, or even conflicts that Yolanda had never spoken of publicly? And perhaps most unsettling, what did this simple tribute reveal about the hidden fractures within one of the most famous families in modern culture? To the public, Yolanda Hadid always seemed to embody strength. On ROBH, she was the serene European beauty with lemon groves, impeccable style, and a seemingly unshakable commitment to family. When she wasn't managing the budding careers of her children, Gigi, Bella, and Anwar, she was the daughter honoring the woman who had shaped her. Ans van den Herijk wasn't just Yolanda's mother, she was the family's anchor, a woman who had fought cancer 6 times and still managed to smile with grace. But insiders quietly note that Yolanda's perfection was often a mask. Behind the lemon water posts and curated images, her grief simmered like a storm she couldn't contain. "She loved her mother more than anyone realized," said one longtime friend. But when Ans passed, Yolanda was also dealing with her own health struggles, her divorce and the pressure of raising 3 children in the spotlight. She didn't have time to break down the way most daughters do. On social media, fans praised her tributes as beautiful and touching, but not everyone believed the image of serenity. "Why does Yolanda's grief always feel like a performance?" one commenter asked on a gossip forum. Others suspected her Instagram posts were as much about preserving her public image as they were about expressing pain. "She's always been calculated," another user wrote. "Even her sadness looks like a magazine spread." But the cracks showed in smaller ways. At times Yolanda would post cryptic captions about loneliness, strength and betrayal, which fans speculated were aimed not only at her ex-husband David Foster, but also at friends and family who didn't fully understand her grief. Was Yolanda simply mourning her mother, or was she also mourning the support system she felt she had lost with her? In the wake of Yolanda's most recent tribute, alleged insider stories began to surface. One family acquaintance claimed that in Anne's final days, Yolanda often sat at her bedside, whispering promises. "I'll keep the family together, Mama. I'll protect them," Yolanda reportedly said, holding her mother's hand. But after Anne's passed, insiders claim Yolanda confided privately that she felt she had failed to keep that promise. Another leak suggested that Yolanda's grief had fueled tension between her and her children at different points. According to one supposed insider, Bella once confronted her mother late at night. "Mom, you can't keep expecting us to be your therapy. We're grieving too." The confrontation, if true, revealed the hidden weight carried by the Hadid siblings, trying to balance their meteoric careers with the need to support a mother still shattered by loss. Perhaps the most startling alleged leak came from a former RHOBH crew member, who claimed Yolanda once broke down on set, whispering to a producer, "They want drama, but I'm living in one. My mother is dying, and I'm pretending to care about dinner parties." The insider said Yolanda begged producers not to exploit her grief on camera, though bits of it inevitably bled into storylines. Adding fuel to the whispers, there were alleged text messages between Yolanda and a confidant, in which she admitted, "I don't think I ever said everything I needed to say. I still hear her voice at night. I still feel her telling me to fight. But what if I let her down?" Screenshots of the supposed texts circulated quietly in fan forums, sparking speculation about unresolved guilt. Were these leaks exaggerations of a grieving daughter's private pain, or did they reveal deeper fractures in the Hadid household, hidden beneath polished Instagram posts and designer campaigns? Those closest to Yolanda say, her real breaking point came not in 2019, when her mother died, but in the quiet anniversaries that followed. Each year, the date of Anne's passing reportedly sent her spiraling. In one alleged scene witnessed by a friend, Yolanda sat in her Malibu home, clutching a framed photo of her mother and whispering, "I don't know how to do this without you." One particularly emotional moment came, according to insiders, during a family dinner. Gigi, Bella, and Anwar were all present, and Yolanda suddenly broke into tears, confessing, "I still expect to call her, to hear her voice. I can't believe she's gone." The children tried to comfort her, but insiders say the atmosphere grew heavy, with Gigi quietly admitting later to a friend, "It feels like we lost Oma and part of Mom too." Another dramatic breaking point allegedly occurred during a private therapy session. Yolanda reportedly confessed, "I feel like I'm chasing my mother's approval even though she's not here. I keep wondering if she's proud of me, or if I've failed the family she built." For a woman known for her confidence and elegance, the image of Yolanda sobbing over unanswerable questions struck those close to her as devastating. These alleged breakdowns painted a portrait of a woman not simply mourning her mother's death, but questioning her own identity, without the guiding force of Ans van den Herk. Was Yolanda grieving, or was she unraveling under the weight of trying to live up to her mother's legacy? The public reaction to Yolanda's posts has always been overwhelmingly supportive, but beneath the surface, not everyone was convinced. Fans filled her Instagram with white hearts and personal stories of grief, creating a digital community of solidarity. Yet on gossip sites and forums, a different narrative emerged. "She makes everything about her." One critic wrote, "Even her mother's death becomes a Yolanda story." Within the Hadid family, the fallout was more nuanced. Yolanda's brother Leo and his daughter Joanne commented lovingly on her posts, calling Ans their angel protecting us forever. But insiders suggest that not everyone in the extended family agreed with how publicly Yolanda mourned. Some relatives felt she was using Instagram as therapy, keeping her grief private. One source alleged. The fashion community, too, took note. Designers and photographers who worked closely with Gigi and Bella whispered that the Hadid sisters often carried their mother's grief into their own careers. "They're professionals, but you can see the sadness when that anniversary comes around," one stylist revealed. "It's like the whole family moves differently for a few days." Meanwhile, Yolanda's critics resurfaced old accusations from her RHOBH days, when castmates mocked her illnesses and implied she exaggerated health issues for sympathy. Some skeptics online asked, was Yolanda's grief another performance, or was it the one thing about her that was undeniably real? Just when fans thought Yolanda's tribute was simply about honoring her mother, a new rumor stirred whispers of a private letter Ans allegedly wrote before her passing. According to one the letter contained personal advice for Yolanda, words about love, family, and even warnings about the pressures of fame. Some insiders claimed Yolanda keeps the letter locked away, reading it only on anniversaries. Others alleged she has never been able to open it fully, fearing what truths her mother left behind. Another twist emerged from Yolanda's own words years earlier. In a 2019 post, she wrote about praying to hear ants whisper in the tallest trees. Insiders say Yolanda confided that she actually has dreams where her mother appears, offering cryptic advice. In one dream she allegedly described, Ans told her, "Protect the girls, but don't lose yourself." Was this simply grief manifesting in subconscious visions, or did Yolanda believe her mother was still guiding her from beyond? The twist deepened with speculation that Yolanda was considering turning her grief into a memoir. If true, the book could reveal not only her relationship with Ans, but also her struggles with fame, illness, and fractured marriages. It won't just be about her mother, one publishing insider teased. It'll be about everything Yolanda has endured, and the secrets the public has never known. If such a book exists, what truths might it expose? And would it honor Ant's memory, or risk tarnishing it with revelations too heavy for the public to handle? In the end, Yolanda Hadid's Instagram tribute was more than just a daughter mourning her mother. It was a window into a grief that has lingered for 6 long years, a grief that continues to shape her identity, her family, and perhaps even her legacy. Fans see her as vulnerable, relatable, and strong. Critics see her as calculated, performative, and dramatic. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. But one thing remains undeniable. Ans van den Herijk's absence left a void Yolanda cannot fill. Each year she reminds the world of that loss, pulling fans into her pain, while also keeping them guessing about the deeper stories she hasn't told. Was her post simply a daughter's heartfelt tribute, or was it a subtle hint at secrets still hidden in the Hadid family's past? As Yolanda once wrote in her own words, "When I miss you the most, our beautiful memories will hold you close. Our love is eternal, and you will always be with me." Yet the lingering question remains. If Yolanda is still haunted 6 years later, what unspoken truths about her mother's life and death continue to weigh on her? Because maybe the real story of Yolanda Hadid's greatest loss hasn't even started yet.